Good day, Darlington County School District, and welcome back to another In the Know. In fact, it's the last In the Know of the current school year. So here we are, the middle of May, coming down the fast track to graduation. So graduations are coming up next week. The end of the school year is coming up next week as well. So I know there is a lot of excitement in the air with our students and with all of the adults in the Darlington County School District. It's a great time of year, lots of celebrations, lots of awards, and of course, graduation is on the horizon. Speaking of graduation, every graduation that we have at our high schools does require a ticket. And there are two of our high schools, Lamar High School and Darlington High School, that have theirs scheduled to be in their football stadiums, and they do have inclement weather policies in place if by chance we have rain that day. But again, you must have a ticket to attend any of the graduations. Mayo's graduation will be on Thursday, May the 23rd at 5:30 p.m. at Coker University in the Deloach Center. Lamar High School will be on Friday, May 24th, 8:30 a.m. in the football stadium. Darlington High School will be May 24th, 9:30 a.m. in the football stadium. And Hartsville High School will be Friday, May 24th at 11 a.m. in the arena. So we're excited for all of the events that are going on next week, but most importantly, we're excited for our students who are finishing up their educational careers in the Darlington County School District, and we wish all of them all the best and enjoy the moment next week. We had a board meeting this past Monday, and we had several items that were on the agenda. We started off the board meeting with discussing the new Darlington area construction and giving a construction update on where we are at this moment. We had the district's architects, Jumper Carter Cease, as well as the district's general contractor, EdCon. Both of those entities were on hand to help explain where we are currently in the construction process. Jumper Carter Cease was able to show renderings of the new school with colors for the exterior brick as well as the roof from different angles. They were also able to show us the site and how the different lanes will be constructed for bus rider traffic and car rider traffic. And yes, there is a lot of space for both of those on this new site. And then EdCon gave an update of currently where they are, which is the building pad, meaning the dirt has been formed to be able to put the concrete pad on it. That is finished. They've actually started work on plumbing and electrical, and they are starting to lay cinder block in the next few days here. So we are on schedule. That school is scheduled to be open for the new school year 25-26. We also had some wonderful awards that we were able to celebrate with our students and their families. We had Junior Scholars, Skills USA, we had a Hartsville High School Band Award, Beta Club, and really the most fantastic one to me is the All A's for 12 years. What an accomplishment by those students. And so it was great to celebrate that with their families. And most importantly, just let them know how special of an accomplishment that was. And then we also had some All-State Wrestling and Basketball awards and accolades as well. I was able to give my strategic plan goals area update as usual for every meeting, and that's where I get a chance to talk about all the wonderful things going on in our schools with student success, staff excellence, community engagement, and efficient use of our resources. So plenty of examples for all of that. And then a big part of the meeting was dedicated towards the first reading of our school budget for the 24-25 school year. And as I explained in the meeting, that we have tried to allocate every available dollar, every new available dollar that we have for teacher and staff raises for next year. And so what the administration has proposed for first reading is a 3% raise for all certified staff, plus a step increase, and then a 3% raise for all non-certified staff, again with a step increase. And what that has to do with the teacher salary scale, as everybody has probably heard, that is increasing through the legislators. We pay above the current state scale. We have for many years. And so the state scale is being increased by minimal amounts in a lot of cases, except for first-year teachers. The state is increasing from 42.5 to 47. We were already at 45,000. We're increasing to 48,410. And we're making sure that every cell, every step on the teacher salary scale is at least 3% plus a step increase. So remember, what's going on in the news right now is increased first-year teacher salaries, but the other scales aren't increasing that same amount. In Darlington County, we're increasing them at least 3% plus that step increase. At the moment, that $48,410 is tops in the PD, and it's actually top 10 in the state of South Carolina. So again, we want to thank our board for making this a top priority for our teachers, but also for all of our employees. Again, that 3% plus a step, remember a step is anywhere between 1.5% to 2%. So that is going to be at least a 4.5% to 5% raise for all certified staff and all non-certified staff. Some people had asked about retention bonuses, and we could have done that, but we would have had to have given less of a raise. And so from my perspective, I wanted to give as much of a raise as I could to you, because that does not expire. That is good for every year from now on, whereas a bonus is just one time, and more than likely it's not going to be back the following year. So again, the decision was to give a bonus and a smaller raise, or to give you more money back in your paycheck from now on, and that will never go away. And that was the decision that we made. We'll have second reading of the budget in time for our June 10th board meeting. And the state still has not finalized the budget either. So there could be some changes. Now, we did go with a conservative version because there's two versions that are out there for state aid to classroom monies. And if for some reason the less conservative version got passed, then we would have a little bit more money. So we wanted to make sure to be able to cover everything that we could. Also in this budget, as you've heard me talk in the past, that we were able to fund some of the priority positions that we currently have been funding through ESSER monies. And of course, those highlighting some of those positions, the academic interventionists, which could either be math or reading or both. We made sure that we allocated one of those for each elementary school. Our GT program, the new GT program that we're starting, where we're going to have 4 teachers that are itinerant GT teachers going around the district. Middle school, Spanish teachers, and computer science teachers. And that's the majority of what we've been able to fund as well. Again, that didn't come from new money. That came from money where we were getting back to our regular student-teacher ratios, and that provided us some extra FTEs in order to have those new positions. And that was it for the board meeting. Again, primarily focused on the budget and, of course, some of the end-of-year awards and recognitions that we had. And we will be back at it again on June 10th. If you would like to join us either in person or online, we will be at the Mayo Conference Center for that next meeting. And the reason we're at the Mayo Conference Center is the district office is still under renovations, and we are still on track for those to be finished by the middle of June. And so we will look forward to being back into those offices, and we will certainly message to everybody once we make the change back to the district office, so you know not to go to the temporary offices that we currently have in place. A couple highlights of this month. One of them is National Speech Language Hearing Month. And so to all of our speech pathologists in the school district, thank you for all you do, for your hard work and efforts to help our students. You are greatly appreciated. Also, it is National Mental Health Awareness Month. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. We are also wrapping up our district-wide, statewide testing. The majority of our schools have already finished. I know there's still some makeups that are going on, but I'm very encouraged by the preliminary scores that I'm hearing from our schools. And again, we'll get the full scores hopefully by July, maybe August, but certainly we're able to see some of the preliminary scores, and early indications are our students did a really good job of showing how much they learned this year, and more importantly, what they gained from instruction from their teachers. It's a direct reflection back on the great job our teachers have done in the school district and our staff, all those other folks that have been helping our students this year. And we'll look forward to the official scores and the celebration when those come out. So, as we come to the end of the school year, for many of us, it'll be planning time. People ask me, they say, well, you know, how busy is it for you when the students are out? And I just say it's a different busy. It's just as busy, if not more, but it's just different. So we spend a lot of planning time. We have a board retreat coming up where the board will discuss their goals for the upcoming year and talk about different types of ideas from their perspective. Then we'll also have our senior leadership team gather for a retreat to talk about what the board talked about and start to implement some plans for next year. We'll then meet with our principals for a full week in July. And we'll be able to have a chance to, again, talk through everything that had been discussed with the board and with senior leadership and what we're looking at implementing for the fall. And that information given to our principals so they can take that back to you. And then all of a sudden, the last week of July, we'll be back together again for our back-to-school convocation where we'll roll out all the goals that we have from those prior planning sessions. So again, I enjoy this time of year because I'm excited about what next year is going to look like. I want to be able to celebrate what happened this year, but I really want to be able to focus on the great things that are going to continue for next year. So for those of you all that after Friday the 24th, I will not see you for approximately 2 months, I hope you have a safe, restful, blessed summertime. For those of you that are working for the next 2 months, along with myself, I hope you enjoy the quiet time. And as I always say, hug on your family members. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much we appreciate them sharing you with us. And I will look forward to seeing you next school year in the know.